Welcome to my channel. My name is Rashonda King, and in this video I am showing you how I decorated for a quinceañera. So this is a repeat client. Last year I did her other daughter's quinceañera, and now this year she has another daughter turning 15. So I started this design out with 3 sections of white drapes in the background, and now I'm creating a backdrop to go directly behind this table, and the colors are pink, white, and rose gold. So I have these flower rolls that I use. It's kind of like a base for me when I'm adding florals to a backdrop. So it's very flat. It's probably about 4 of those connected together with zip ties. So once I get it in place, and I'm also going to measure to make sure it's centered. So I go to the end and see how far in it is to just make sure it's centered. And I did measure my drapes as well to make sure those were centered. And then I attached it in between the drapes. So I used zip ties in between. So now I'm coming in with the hanging wisteria. And so initially I was planning on just putting this in the center. But then I said, okay, why don't I just go across with the hanging wisteria. I did get this from Amazon. At first I bought some and it was like very poor quality, but this had beautiful greenery in there because my plan was to add more greenery into this design, but it had some really nice greenery on it, so I didn't even add any in. So I'm just continuing. I'm just basically bending the stem and just hooking them on. Nothing additional to hold those florals in place. When I do that, I am kind of threading them in between some of the flowers that are there. And so then eventually I'm going to go in and I'm going to add flowers in. So I add in some white hydrangeas, some pink roses to bring that pink in. So I'm just basically filling up the gaps. And then if you don't add flowers to this, it'll have like a very flat look and it won't look realistic. So it's really good to just add in flowers to these flower rolls. So that's what I'm doing there. So once I get this all set, I'm going to begin to lift it up and start working on the design. Since it's going behind a table, the height of this is going to be 8 feet. I had some people say it should have been taller. Yes, it could have been taller, but you got to keep in mind about your drapes. My drapes are mainly 10 feet tall. So if I go 10 feet tall, which is probably the height of those white drapes, it just wouldn't have gave me a nice bottom, but then it probably would have been okay because it's behind a table. So I'm raising it up to 8 feet tall, and then I'm just going to create an open design because the throne chair is going to be in front of it. I made sure I put the sequin on the outside of the design so that you could be able to see it behind the throne chair. For her other quinceañera, I made a really fancy backdrop, and then we ended up putting the throne chair in front of it. So some of that fanciness that I created was blocked. So I tried to be mindful of that this time, like creating an open design and making sure you can see the sequin on the outside because the throne chair is going directly in the middle. So this is how it turned out. I love how the florals worked out. This was my first time working with those hanging florals, and I just love the way it turned out. Up next, I'm going to show you all how it looks with the throne chair in front of it. Please give this video a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.